Shalom, people. This is Brother Lyles coming at you with another video. And one of my videos that I had did last week, it got pulled when I uploaded it to YouTube. I was not being politically correct, and I was using the C word, the V word, and the O word, if you understand what I'm meaning, because I don't want to say those words. I was kind of shocked, to be honest with you, because my channel is so small that I wouldn't have thought that they would even pay attention. But apparently it's the algorithm that they have is very intelligent, in the sense of it when you say certain words, it'll pull that video in. And at the time that I used the V word and the C word is when the O word came out, that came out of South Africa, and they, at least that's what they said. And so, you know, they're really pushing that right now. So, you know, I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I actually feel kind of good, you know, sort of like the apostles, when it said that they got pulled in the book of Acts, where the Sanhedrin beat them, pulled them in front of them, and told them don't preach in the name of Yahushua anymore. And when they got out, they went, you know, they went into the temple complex, and they said that they was praising Yah and proclaiming the name of Yahushua even more, and praising him, that they was counted worthy to suffer for putting that message out. So although I wasn't putting out the message of Yeshua, I was putting out a message of encouragement to the people of Yahushua, the people of Yah, to be encouraged with this V and this C and this O, to be encouraged that the Most High will protect us in this time. He will protect us. I gotta believe that. And if he doesn't, it's not like he can't. It's not like he hasn't been, the last, year and a half, that this thing has been out. So I thank him for, like I said, keeping us, but also for, letting something that I said get the system to flag me, to tell me what I'm saying is going against their agenda. Because every voice of opposition against this system, spoken by the people of Yah, will be heard by him. Every voice of opposition, and it doesn't have to be a video, it does not have to be a recording, but in your prayers or when you're talking to certain people, every voice of opposition that you raise against the enemy, Yah will amplify. It's sort of like, you have these real rich philanthropists that tell people, okay, I'm trying to help this charity, and they'll say for every $1 you give, I'll give 100. You understand? So with your one voice of opposition, the Most High will, give his 100 or 1,000 or whatever percent it is to get behind the message that you are proclaiming, because it's his message. Anything to oppose the enemy. The Bible said, resist the enemy, Satan, and he will flee, right? So we resist this onslaught of him against the people of Yah. We resist it, right? We don't claim to be like Paul, where Book of Acts said that he turned the world upside down, the known world at that time, with what he was speaking and what he was writing. But in the own little sphere of my influence, which is this little small channel, I want to oppose the kingdom of darkness and tell the people of Yah that Yah will protect you. Yah will defend you. He will keep you. And if he don't keep the enemy from if he don't, it's not like he can't, because sometimes in Yah's own way, he says that some things that we do have to be acknowledged in blood, just like the testament of Yeshua HaMashiach would not have been solidified without him shedding his blood. Without him shedding his blood, there would not be no testament, because even in the first testament in the desert, when Moshe when he had wrote all this stuff in his book, the Bible said that he took blood. He took the blood of the I don't know if it was a lamb or ox, I can't remember right now, but they sprinkled blood on the book. He sprinkled blood on everything, because without the shedding of blood, there is no remission of sin. So we're not always called to literally shed our physical blood, but sometimes we're called to shed our respectability, meaning how people look at you and talk about you and run your name down just for you trying to do right. When you tell them, look, I don't do that Christmas stuff, man. I don't celebrate that. And they look at you and say, oh, that's one of them crazy Jehovah Witnesses, because if some of you that's my age remember, that was the only people that didn't celebrate Christmas back in our day, when and you say, oh, so now what they're gonna do to compare you to something that's false, even though what you're saying is true, they're gonna compare you to something that's false, right? And that way they'll kind of nullify in their heart what you're saying. It's sort of like the same thing with saying Yah and believing that we're the people of Yah. A lot of people say, oh, y'all them Yahweh being Yahweh people, right? Like Yahweh being Yahweh, the false prophet that was back there in the 70s, right? So they'll compare you to him, and that way that they'll kind of skirt you away. But I say this: I eat the meat and throw away the bone, right? I don't have nothing to do with Yahweh being Yahweh. I don't have nothing to do with no Jehovah Witness. But what I do have something to do with is the word of Yah and what he says. And I thank the Most High Yah that he has given me the understanding, but not just the understanding, the courage to be able to stand on the convictions that I have. Because at one time, especially years and years and years ago, when I first started finding out different things, like that Christmas was not what it was and different things like that, for a long time I still celebrated it, even though I had a little apprehension, because my kids were still kind of young, and I kind of knew the confrontation that I was gonna have. I knew I knew, just not just from my children and my wife, because just different things that you discover that people are not going to accept them right off the bat. But I thank the Most High Yah that he helped me get to that point, and then also dealing with my family, because we did used to come over You know, and I know on the last video I talked about this, but I just felt the need to go into it even further, because I believe this is a time for us to deprive this quote unquote Christmas spirit of its energy. It's a reason why they call it the Christmas spirit. It's a spirit. It is a reason why that we got to push back against this thing. It's a reason why. And so I'm just telling you that, you know, you got to hang in there. You got to hang in there, no matter what opposition you get. If you fall down, you know, and somebody give you a present and you say, well, you know, I got to reciprocate or whatever, you know, don't be hard on yourself. Just understand next time, you know, you gotta be able to, you know, tell them ahead of time, look, if you get me a present, that's on you, but I'm here to let you know that I don't do that. I don't participate in that. And therefore, I don't want you to think that I'm trying to be funny by not giving you a present. I don't have anything to do with the whole thing at all, because the Bible said don't be ignorant of the devil's devices. That's one of the devices he's gonna probably use against some people. He's gonna use that device, and they're gonna say, oh, you just being a Scrooge. You don't want to get nobody no presents. You don't want to do this, whatever. And then, you know, that's why you need to prepare people months in advance before it comes. It's not a time, you know, to try to tell them right then that you don't. Let them know in advance before these wicked holidays come up that, hey, I don't have no participation, because now is the time for us to drive the nail into the coffin, at least for the people of Yah. Because if you don't understand, at one time Christmas was outlawed because it was a pagan holiday. People knew that. The only reason it gained popularity is because of the drawings, the revisions of the drawings of the characters dealing with quote unquote Christmas, and also commercialism, a time to bodies, supposedly stuff that was marked down, right? And give and wrap it up, and the whole lie about, you know, the manger and Yeshua being born in December, all of that, which was just like again Babylon, confusion by mixing. You brought in all of the stuff. You brought in the birth of Yeshua, you brought in Odin, you brought in Yule logs, and which represent babies being burnt and all this other kind of stuff. They just brought it all in and just mixed it in and got the blessing of Hasatan, because he's the God of this world, and, you know, people bought it hook, line, and sinker, right? The Bible talks about wheel worship, meaning I know that this holiday and all this stuff is pagan, but I will it to be good. I will it. So people would just say, yeah, I know it has some elements of paganism, but I will it to be good. You understand? I'll give it the blessing of American ingenuity to take something that's evil and make it good. You understand? And that's why the Bible says in the end, they would call good evil and evil good. Because think about it. He knows when you've been naughty and nice, talking about Santa. So be good for goodness sake. When the Bible says there is none good but one, that is Yah, right? Understand that only Yah can judge the intents and thoughts of the heart. Only he can do that. And I know people are saying, well, if that's the case, then you don't need to read your kids no fairy tale books. You don't need to read them Hansel and Gretel. You don't need to, but see, okay, you know, if you want to do that, do, but understand this, people are not, Hansel and Gretel do not have a holiday set aside for them. Or maybe they do, maybe in the country where Hansel and Gretel was written, they might have a holiday where people, stop and celebrate them. But overall, you understand what I'm saying. It goes beyond this, because you're seeing it in the book of Jeremiah where it talks about the tree. You see it. You can't deny it. You can bring up all kinds of platitudes about how many people have been taken care of in the Christmas season, and it's the most wonderful time of the year, when that's not to be true, when you have so many people committing suicide because of depression, and so many people going broke and all this other kind of stuff. It's not, oh, I just live to see the face of my children on Christmas Day, right? But then after that, you get the bill, and then you and your wife start arguing, because and you say, well, if I had to buy all that stuff for Christmas, we wouldn't be in this situation. You understand? But because your wife browbeat you into, hey, you better get that. You understand? Or vice versa, your family browbeat you, right, by saying, oh, you just being cheap. You gave in. You understand? So we can say all we can about Adam and Eve caving into the devil and partaking of the fruit that they shouldn't have. We can talk about that all we want to, but we are faced every day with the same situations that Adam and Eve was, to choose between good and evil. And we, more than any time of period, we cave into evil because we're in Babylon, and Babylon is a place of confusion by mixing. I was talking to my wife about it the other day, the ethical dilemmas that Babylon presents to you on a daily basis. Ethical dilemmas all the time, where is it cheating? Is it not cheating? You understand? So, I'm just asking for your prayers. The video that got pulled, like I said, I'm gonna upload it to BitChute, and I'm gonna leave a link in the description below. It was only not 8, it was only 11 minutes. So with that, I'm gonna ask you to give this video a thumbs up. I want you to leave a comment, and I want you to subscribe. Be blessed.